Good morning, Dalkeith High School. I do hope that you've had a good week. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Friday news roundup. This really is a good way for you to keep in touch with all that is happening in the school community. As you know, I send your parents and carers a newsletter at the end of the week by which I am informing them of everything that is happening, and it's only right that you're hearing that information from me directly as well. So I do hope you've had a good week. I do hope that you've been able to engage well with your learning. It is just so important for you to continue to do that and continue to do what you can when you can. Now, some information I'm going to share with you today. This first bit of information is really pertinent to the senior phase pupils. As you know, exams have been cancelled for National 5, Highers and Advanced Highers, and we've been busy throughout the year, either when we were in school or even now that you're working at home. You've been busy working with your teachers to gather evidence of how well you're doing as you progress through those courses. And your teachers will need to submit provisional results to SQA, and that will form the basis of the final grade that you are awarded. Now, the deadline for that was the end of May, but that's now been moved to the middle of June to actually allow for a bit more time for teaching when we're back in the building, and indeed for us to complete the second round of the formal assessments. So you will get much more information about that as it emerges from SQA in terms of how that's all going to work. But for now, what SQA have advised is that you should continue to be engaging with your work remotely. You should be continuing to do all of the tasks that have been set by your teachers. Remember, through Show My Homework, you can make contact with your teachers, and your teachers will respond to any requests that you are making in terms of asking for support with different aspects of your learning. Please remember too that most departments are offering live Q&A sessions throughout the week, and this is a really good way for you to connect with your teachers, to ask questions of your teachers. Even if you don't have any questions or you don't think you have any questions, come along to these sessions, because sometimes hearing the questions that other people are asking actually makes you think, oh, wait a minute, maybe I didn't quite understand that part of the work as well. So continue with your work, continue to be handing it in, continue to engage with us and take advantage of all that is on offer, and we will be sharing much more information with you in the coming weeks in terms of submission of provisional results, and then what the formal assessment 2 diet is likely to look like as well. So moving on, this part of the message is for pupils in S2. Pupils in S2, you are probably aware by now that your parents and carers would have received your S2 reports. So despite all the challenges of the majority of staff working at home, and that includes admin staff, we have been able to produce those results, and they're very informative and will help you and your parents to actually look at it and start to use it to begin to make some choices, some decisions about your learning pathways as you move from S2 into S3. There's an opportunity for your parents and carers to meet with your teachers on Tuesday the 1st of March, but there'll be much more information coming about that. There's also a meeting planned for pupils in S3, for the parents and carers, I should say, of pupils in S3 to meet with teachers. Again, it will be virtually, and that takes place on Wednesday the 17th of March. But again, more information will come. And this is an important one again for S3, because you're going to be making decisions about moving from S3 into S4, which is the start of the senior phase. So much more information to follow. Again, coming back to the senior phase, your reports are currently being checked by Mr. Gordon, and once we've done the final quality assurance, then we'll be sending those out to your families at the beginning of next week. For those of you who didn't get the results for your formal assessment 1 exams before the Christmas holidays, that information will be shared either through the reports or indeed through Show My Homework by your individual teachers. Before the February holiday, which actually begins next Friday, it's hoped that we will be able to publish lots of information about the whole process of making those choices about your learning pathways. So that's for S2 going into S3, S3 going into S4, S4 going into S5 and S5 going into S6. So lots of information will be coming your way in the coming week. I would like to thank all of you who took the time to actually look at the videos throughout the course of this week, and in particular the videos that were produced by your house head. The deputy head teachers, I thought, did a fantastic job in terms of sharing with you what they've been up to during lockdown and how they have been working to keep their mental health as positive as possible as well. So if you haven't had a chance to look at them, then please do so. Next week it'll be your pupil support leaders who'll be speaking to you. Again, they'll be talking to you about lots of different supports that are available to you whilst you are still working from home. Remember, the Wednesday video is Mr. Gordon giving you some hints and tips on how to use Show My Homework and all the other platforms that teachers are starting to use as well. So lots of really useful information there for you. Last one I want to talk about, there is a pupil evaluation survey that is coming out to you through Show My Homework. You should be getting that either today or beginning of next week, but it's an opportunity for us just to gather your thoughts on how remote learning is going. We always welcome hearing pupil voice. You know that I've said to so many of you, the best part of my day is 5 a day when I have you in here individually and we're just having a chat, we're having a blather about how Dalkeith High School is doing, and I miss that, I really do miss that. So this is an opportunity for you to help us to see how we're doing and to see what any changes that we might need to make to it. Right folks, I'm going to stop there because there's lots of other things I need to do on a Friday before the start of the weekend, but when it comes to the end of your working week, you have to close your laptop, close your Chromebook, put your pen and your pencils down and have a break. And I'll speak to you again on Monday for our Monday assembly. Thank you.